Hey, it's Bradley Butin, the Emperor of Awesome, and welcome to Lunch Break Reviews, your weekly bite-sized breakdown of movies, TV shows, and comics. Every Sunday, I take one title, dig into what the internet is saying, and rate their takes using the haterade scale, from sweet lemonade to full-blown toxic fandom. Then I'll serve up my own review using the lunch break point system, plot, acting, entertainment, visuals, and rewatchability, and I see where I rank amongst IMDb, Letterboxd, and Rotten Tomatoes. So whether it's a masterpiece or microwave trash, I'll help you decide if it's worth packing in your lunch tomorrow. Let's see what's in the brown bag of goodness this week. So I kind of teased a little bit on the TikTok, trying to decide what I was going to do. And the real choice was there's always going to be weapons. Weapons, I've been wanting to see this for a while. I know Freakier Friday's out too, and yes, I will get to that movie at some point, but I don't feel that's one I have to go and watch. My kids don't seem like too interested in as well. They want to see it, but they're like, they're not on me to take them to it right now. So, with that, let's talk about weapons, and here's a quick synopsis. When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish, on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. Yeah, so this was written and directed by Zach Cregger from Barbarian, The Whitest Kids You Know, Wrecked, and Sasquatch. The top stars on this is Julia Garner, plays Justine from The Assistant, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, Ozark, Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, Carrie Christopher, young boy. From Weapons, he was also in High Potential, Days of Our Lives, and he will be in Spider Noir. Josh Brolin plays Archer, No Country for Old Men, Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, along with Inherent Vice. That's what he's known for. Benedict Wong from Annihilation, Doctor Strange, The Martian, and Avengers Infinity War. Alden Ehrenreich plays Paul, Hail Caesar, Solo, Beautiful Creatures, and Oppenheimer. And lastly, Amy Madigan plays Gladys from Streets of Fire, Field of Dreams, Uncle Buck, and Gone Baby Gone. I'll be at Field of Dreams here later on this month to see Nickelback and several other bands. I can't wait. All right, let's see what the critics are saying. I got Julian Singleton from Rotten Tomatoes and Synapse says, Cregger's masterful weapons needles a universal neurosis. No matter how well we think we're protected or how capable we believe we are as protectors, something in the deep, dark unknown is just as ready to prove us wrong. Dan Scully from Scully Vision says, satisfied and marvelously functional film that never stops being entertaining for even a second. Undoubtedly so with a good crowd. Chock full of some of the best performances I've seen all year, and bolstered by electrifying direction and sound design. Matthew Jackson from Pop High says, it's a stunner, one of the highlights not just of 2025, but of horror in the 2020s so far. And if you only see one horror movie in theaters this summer, make it this one. Damon Fudge from KCCI Des Moines. Weapons is a solid second film in Cregger's solo directorial career. Yet, I don't think I was nearly as blown away by this as I was with Barbarian. Dark Sky Lady from Dark Sky Lady Reviews. Weapons builds and releases tension while keeping audiences wondering until the end. However, the reveal is less terrifying and more humorous. And Wendy Lee Zasny, movie couple. This movie and its imagery will stay with you long after the movie. Loved how the story was unveiled through each character's POV. Great building of tension all the way up to that third act, which was completely insane. Okay, we got the critic reviews out. Let's explain a little bit of the haterade scale, and let's find out Let's find some good haterade here. All right. Uh, I'm on a mission to dig up the juiciest, most over-the-top bad reviews I can find. Picked purely because the title caught my eye. Why? Because there's no drama in a good review. That's why. The more unhinged, petty, or bizarre the complaint, the higher it'll rank on the haterade scale. From lemonade, the sweet with a little sour, to classic haterade, salty and sarcastic, to double shot of dumbass, unhinged and over the top, and on rare occasions, the never sought after toxic fandom, where the internet completely loses its lunch. Let's crack open the brown bag and see where the reviews of today land. Okay, so I thought Billy Backtown. Gave this a 1 out of 10. This is from IMDb as well. All the reviews are from IMDb today. This is titled Weapons of Mass Destruction. Just because a movie is original doesn't mean it's good, but that's the state of movies today, especially the horror genre. Originally good reviews, tense moments come off as laugh out loud stupid with zero direction whatsoever. Jumbled up nonsense that makes you feel like you've been in the theater for 4 hours. This movie is the definition of what's wrong with Rotten Tomatoes and other movie review sites. Pass on this, you have been warned. All right, man. They didn't really call out anything of like why the movie was bad. Did they? No, not really. So for this, I am gonna give this guy. Well, let's give this dude. He was really wild logic. No, he's salty, just really salty. We're giving this guy a 2. This guy just does some classic here. That's what I'm thinking. Next, I cannot say this person's name. I'm going to do my best. I apologize beforehand. Abula Wadidi. Dash 67447. This is another 1 out of 10 and is titled Misleading Ratings, Disappointing Experience for Horror Fans. Other options, not what I expected from a 7.9 rated horror. Warning, spoilers. As a horror fan, I was drawn to this film based on its promising 7.9 rating and the genre description. Unfortunately, the final product left me quite disappointed. The film is categorized as horror, but it lacked any real suspense, fear, or psychological tension. It felt more like a drama or action movie with some light thriller elements. If you're expecting something that truly delivers on horror, whether through atmosphere, story, or scares, you likely felt misled. I can't help but wonder if I watched the same movie as those who left such high ratings. The pacing dragged, the plot felt underdeveloped, and even the performances couldn't save it. I kept waiting for a moment that justified the hype. It never came. This might appeal to viewers who enjoy slow burn, ambiguous narrative, but horror lovers should manage their expectations. Don't go in expecting something like insert popular horror film you like this. It's a completely different experience. I wasted my time and money. Don't waste yours. All right, man. This one here, he didn't like that was categorized as horror. Didn't like the drama. Didn't like the action. Didn't like anything about it. Is he salty? I think he probably is salty. Maybe a little bit too confident. I don't think he's unhinged. I don't think he's attacking anybody. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to double shot of dumbass or toxic fan. So again, we're going to give this a 2, which is classic haterade. Salty, sharp, and maybe a little too confident. This is your everyday spicy internet opinion. It's got some valid criticism, but it's more concerned with being clever and fair. All right, let's move on. I got another 1 out of 10. This is from Nice Team 757. And this is 1 out of 10 called Bad Beyond Bad. Warning, spoilers. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Apparently, everyone in this entire town are selfish, self-centered, and missing more than a few brain cells. 17 kids, all in the same class, take off running from their homes at 2:17 a.m. and disappear. There's no search parties, no dogs for tracking, nothing. No FBI, no news crews. They don't even thoroughly search the house of the only kid in the class who didn't disappear. I don't think they stayed for the whole movie. No adult in town notices this kid buying tons of canned soup at the store by himself. Lady gets attacked by a crazed man at a gas station with an obviously injured face, and no one calls the cops. The store owner sees him chasing the main character, Lady, trying to kill her, and he doesn't even call the cops. Not even after JB character smashes the crazed man through the glass of the section where cold stuff is. He just says, "Hey, get out of here." All the kids tearing through the town barefoot, jumping through glass windows, running through fences, and not a single adult in town showed any concern. The Josh Brolin character sees all the missing kids standing in a group outside, dirty and bloodied, and all he cares about is his son. Just grabs his son and walks off, leaving the other kids standing there like zombies. All the people giving this movie B's and 10s, or I'm sorry, 8s and 10s, were obviously paid to do so. I don't normally write reviews, but this movie was so bad I wish I could unsee it. I'm not getting paid to review it. I liked it a lot, actually. There's issues, and I'll get into that. But okay, where is this? I think this is a little bit more than salty or sharp. I think this is some wild logic involved in it, which means I can give this a 3. I get to give my first shot of dumbass on this one. All right, next I have Rocky 53. A 2 out of 10, and it's called Stink Fist of Potential. All right. Anyone who actually watched this vile bore bomb would not rate this as high. All these obviously bought reviews. Setting the mood initially great. Josh Brolin as a supporting actor even better. Then this film falls flat on its obvious, predictable, and just downright boring plot / story. Without spoilers, it's simply another long, drawn-out ode to witchcraft, and it's absolutely ruined what could have been a solid side thriller / horror. A couple of brutality scenes to keep the horror moniker of it all. But about 20 minutes in, you've got it figured out, and it's not even intriguing anymore, sadly. Went in with very high anticipations, a couple of original Insidious type moments early on that were creepy, but the will to sit through the entire movie evaporated extremely fast. A lot of money went into what overall felt like a misleading sell. Recommendation? Save your money. It just wasn't good enough. Definitely wasn't worth the anticipation or 2+ hours to complete it. Why can't they just make a good horror flicks anymore? Barbarian was great, and it definitely feels as if that is how they sold this to market, because the director was in Barbarian. But this can't even tie Barbarian shoes, let alone pick up its laces. It wasn't fun, new, original, as things are saying, or interesting after the first 20 minutes or so. Extremely let down by another overhyped lie of a horror movie. Yes, you are going straight to double shot of dumbass. Wild logic. Again, this is one of those, I don't think we watched the same movie. I enjoyed. I had some issues with it. But again, we didn't watch the same movie. At least you're calling some stuff out. I thought Brolin was good. I didn't think it was flat. I think he kept going. The second was like, hey, what's going on with the kids? That's when it started ratcheting up. So I think the pacing was fine. All right, let's got a couple more reviews. Let's get to it. Next review from July Monday. It's a 3 out of 10, and it's called Meh. Pence. Love that one. Warning, spoilers. It doesn't make any sense. A little kid defeats the witch by learning a complicated ritual that involves cutting himself. No child in the world would act this way. Same goes for the adult characters. Alden Ehrenreich's cop strikes a suspect in the head but forgets about his death. Do not immediately search the remaining child's house, nor do they immediately investigate the obviously suspicious hysterical aunt and catatonic parents with no provocation. I can't talk. It's okay. All the parents just suddenly suspect Julia Garner's teacher for being a witch, instead of concentrating on helping the authorities find their children. The witch begins showing up in everyone's dreams, and you think it's leading somewhere, but nope. They were just dreaming about that witch, because the witches actually goes to great lengths not to get caught. So why would she astral project her appearances into the Nemesis dreams? Plot threads go nowhere. Alden's cop has a complicated trial with his wife and her father, who happens to also be the police chief. He betrays Alden how much he hates him, but no, nothing happens. Alden just gets killed. The atmosphere is great, and the scenes are shot with clarity and bold widescreen, with all the performances being just slightly better than the material. But the movie feels like a letdown. Just another indie horror flick about folks secretly manipulating other people through witchcraft or a cult or some evil scientific practice. Weapons wants to be get out, but ends up being more like cuckoo. Alright, this one here. Sweet, sometimes sour, but mostly refreshing. Fair and balanced. The reviewer brings thoughtful takes. Sometimes sweet, sometimes a little tart. So this is one. This is going to be straight up lemonade. I did it. It's fine. Alright, good points. I'm alright. Okay, next, I think it's the last one. This is from Isaiah Addy. It's a 4 out of 10 and is titled From Mystery to Mediocrity. Warning, spoilers. This movie is one of the reasons I hate modern movies. I'll make it as short as possible. The first half is great. Strong mystery, tense atmosphere, sharp and uneasy camera work, the jump scares that land and make you jump, the different perspectives build intrigue about the missing children. Not to say that it was a perfect first half, there were questionable actions by the characters, but definitely made an amazing first impression of the movie. The story further develops the progress with each perspective until it all comes together and connects to one path, the final act. Then it all falls apart, like badly. I can't spoil too much, but there are some minor spoilers, but my reaction for why this story turned from mystery to mediocrity are these. The supernatural elements have no rules or explanations. You have to watch the movie and make your own analysis. The witch villain has zero backstory or motive, just one layered sandpaper of a villain with no real complex character and an unflattering clown appearance. And the final act also ruins the tension with misplaced comedy and scenes that were meant to be more dark or tense. Alex the child is unrealistically and unreasonably skilled and is the most strategic stone-faced MVP of the story. And it sucks bad because there is no grounds to which he is able to perform in this movie under the greatest pressure. Responsibility and conflict that he's faced with as an elementary schooler. He also utilizes the magic and voodoo with ease because the plot needs him to, not even getting into the ending, just straight goofy and unnecessary use of gore. I got a little to say about that one. He used it because the witch says that it's in his blood, that their blood can do these things at one point in the movie. I don't know if you missed that part of it or not. Maybe go back, whatever. I don't know. There are definitely some things I didn't like, but I always go along with, the movie fog. If I can get into it, I can overlook some things. And I think that's what happened to me here. Because there's some plot. Straight up again, lemonade, sweet. Sometimes that would be most refreshing. You're fine. It's good. All right. So did these reviews help you? The bad? Did you like them? Not like them? Are they missing? Am I missing the mark as well? Let me know, because I want to. If I agree, disagree, let's talk about it. Okay, we've heard from the critics. We've heard from the audience. It is time to do the lunch break point system. But what is that? The lunch break point system is a unique lunch-themed rating system designed to help you decide if a movie, TV show is worth your time. Each title is scored across 5 key categories: plot, acting, entertainment, visuals, and rewatchability. With 5 points per category, totaling 25 points. Bonus points can be awarded for standout elements, movie fog, Oscar worthiness, or deducted for major missteps, think cringe factor. The final score determines if it's a pack it or toss it in the trash. A bad lunch can ruin your entire day. Okay, we're gonna start with the plot here. So, and a lot of the reviews kind of touched on it. What's the story? We know. One kid left in this class. The whole town thinks it's this teacher. And she's like, it's not me. She's got some issues in herself as well. And it's how all these different characters' POVs kind of come together to tell the story. Not going to give a lot of spoilers. Is there some issues there? You know what? I'll get into that in the acting, because I think that's where it goes. The story itself, I think, is good. I think it's great. And so for the story there, I'm going to give this as well. Next is acting. Did they sell it? Yeah, they did a good job, but there's some plot holes, man. Like, can anybody shut a door? I don't think Julia Garner's character shuts any of the doors. I mean, like, come on, like, you're in a town. These kids are running out. They all have Ring doorbells. Did they not lock the doors? Did they unlock the doors? Did anybody have dogs in the yard, or there's no barking? Anybody waking up when these people are running around? Nobody saw them running into a house that's in the town. I don't know. That's kind of hard to believe, but I was bought in enough of the movie with the movie fog that it was okay. For that, I'm giving it a 4 as well for the acting. Next, entertainment. Is this worth your time? This is absolutely worth your time. I think so. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Next, visuals, eye candy. Yeah, man. Like, Josh Brolin was so good in it. All the actors did a great job. Alden was really good in it. The actors that played Gladys was fantastic. So yeah, the visuals are good. Cool settings. It was shot really cool. So yeah, 4 as well. Rewatchability. Would I watch this again? I would definitely be watching this again, probably in the next week, as long as I can. I got a couple friends that want to see it that I want to go with them as well. I'm not going to give us any bonus or penalties. I was thinking about giving a penalty for the doors and the plot holes and stuff like that, but I'm going to be nice here and just best. It's got 20 out of 25, so not bad at all. So 20 and 25, that's going to be a packet. Pack it in your lunch. It's good. Go see it. Now, where do I rank amongst everybody else? So IMDb gave this an 8 out of 10. Awesome. I feel like I'm kind of right in line with that. The Metacritic, 81 out of 100. That's based on 46 critic reviews, and the user score, Metascore, is 7.4 out of 10 out of 94 user. Probably a little bit higher than the user score there. Letterboxd, 3.9 out of 5, which, yeah, I'm probably pretty close to in line if I did the math there. Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter is at a 95%, and the popcorn meter is at an 87%. So I'm probably pretty close there. So I think I rank pretty good along with everything. Now, if you follow me on the TikTok at NerdPositive1, I did put out a Justice League Dark tomorrow, a quickie lunch break point system breakdown where I talk about the new Justice League title that just came out. I would say it's not really worth your time. I'm not going to get into it. It's fine. It's good. Art's fine. It's written okay. I'm not going to pick up the number 2, so it's all right. That's it for today for Lunch Break Reviews. If you agree, disagree, or just want to shout about it, drop a comment, tag me, or come grab a seat at the lunch table. I'm always looking for new voices, so if you want to co-host an episode, pitch a pick, or debate the score, my inbox is always open. Don't forget to follow the podcast, leave a 5-star review if you're hungry for more, and check me out on TikTok, YouTube for quick hits using the lunch break point system. Until next time, act smart, watch well, and I'll see you on the next lunch break.